Hey guys, what's with me, Sarah? Welcome back to my channel, and before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. I am a bit, the camera's a bit moved because the sun is not cooperating today, but we are here to start a mood reading vlog, and I'm just going to be reading whatever books I feel like picking up. And to start off, I'm definitely in the mood for this one. I've wanted to get to it since I finished the previous book in the series. That is Sky Shade by Alex Astor. This is the third book in the Light Lark series, and this one is, the way the second one ended, I need to pick this one up, and I need to know what happens. This is it's young adult, but it's definitely older young adult because there are some sexual content and spicy stuff in here. Not too much, but it definitely is there. And so definitely older young adult. But I really loved the first two books, especially book 2. And this is Love Triangle. I am definitely Team Grimm, in case you were wondering. I like Oro. He's good. I like him as a character. But Grimm is my man. I love him. He is my book boyfriend. He is who I want Isla to be with. And I am so excited to dive into this book. So let's just get reading. I have started Sky Shade. I'm on page 88. And so far I'm honestly feeling kind of meh about this book. Like, I'm enjoying it, but it's not great, which really sucks because Nightbane was phenomenal and Light Lark was really good as well. But I'm really loving Grimm. Grimm is great. Isla is driving me kind of crazy. Like, she's getting on my nerves, which she didn't do in the first two books. I really enjoyed her character. But in this one, she's bothering me. But basically, the whole love triangle thing is still going on. And I just find it really, I don't know, it's just kind of dragged out. I really feel like this probably could be, like, just a trilogy. I know that there's these 3 books plus the 2 novellas plus another book. There's 4 books out in the main series, and there's going to be more. And I really just think we could have wrapped up everything here, like in one book. We don't need to keep dragging things out, especially the romance. I'm kind of losing my interest in that. I just think she's kind of being really annoying, and I honestly think Grimm deserves better at this point. Hopefully she gets back to herself and like how she was in the first 2 books. But I honestly feel like I'm just honestly here for Grimm. Even the stuff going on in the world and all the stuff that's happening and the storms that are coming, it's just, I don't know. I'm not obsessed with it, which is so disappointing because I was obsessed with book 1 and 2. But hopefully this one picks up. I understand that it is like the third book in a series of several books, so generally when you get to like the middle point, sometimes it can start to get a little slow and drag a little, but hopefully things pick up soon, and I'm gonna go continue reading. I'm on page 276 of Sky Shade, and it's getting more interesting. I'm not sure if I love the direction this is going in, but I'm definitely intrigued to see how everything plays out. I'm really loving Grimm. Isla in the middle of this book was really getting on my nerves, and I could not stand her. But she is getting better, and I am really intrigued to keep reading and see what happens. I am enjoying it still. I'm not obsessed with it like I was with book 2, but it's still good, and I'm still having a fun time. And it's gotten very action-packed. There's been a lot of deaths, and not of main characters, but like of people in the villages and like their people, because they're the rulers of certain lands, and I'm very excited to continue reading. Let's go do just that. I finished Sky Shade. I gave this 4.5 stars. I actually really enjoyed it. I know at the beginning I was kind of like hesitant and iffy on it, but I really ended up enjoying it. It was a fun time. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first 2 books, but I still really liked it, and the ending really picked up. I really started to like Isla again at the end, and it got really intriguing and interesting. And I love Grimm so much. He's fantastic. I didn't love the whole bit with Oro. She was, you know, I feel like the whole love triangle has dragged on, and it's honestly, I wish that it would just kind of stop. I enjoyed it in the first book and the second one, but by this point I feel like, you know, it's kind of just dragging on and doesn't need to be there, but I really ended up enjoying this. It got so interesting, and I can't wait to see what happens next. I do own the novellas from Grimm and Oro's perspectives, but I don't own book 4, but I would like to continue on in this series, and overall I had a fun time with it. I would recommend this series so far, and we are going to move on to another book. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I will wait to tell you guys until I've actually started it in case I change my mind. I've started A Song in the Dark. I've made it to page 91, and so far I'm enjoying this. I am intrigued. This is a young adult paranormal romance with a mystery element. This is an ARC copy. It comes out in April of 2026, and it is young adult, if I didn't say that. Basically, our main character, Jo, she and her family, her mom moves her and her siblings to this small town where every summer a child disappears. Because, you know, that's a great idea when you have 3 kids. Anyways, so that's just beginning to be... Why? Why would anyone do that? But anyways, they have moved there. Her aunt lives there. And then her best friend has died. And that's why the mom decided they needed to move, get a fresh start. And so they get there. And then the house, they all think it's haunted. And then she ends up seeing a ghost. His name is Finn. And then she ends up seeing more ghosts. And that is what's happened so far. So she needs to figure out, like, what's going on? Why is she seeing these ghosts? She thinks she's, like, hallucinating and, like, seeing things because she has had horrible nightmares and just a bunch of stuff since her friend died. And so she thinks this is just her mind. But this is going to be really interesting, and I'm enjoying the writing, and I'm having a fun time. Let's go continue reading. I finished A Song in the Dark. I had a fun time with this. I gave it 3.5 stars, and I did enjoy the story. I really enjoyed the mystery, and I found it very intriguing and interesting, and I couldn't put the book down. I updated you guys yesterday, and I was on page, what was I on, 90 something? And then I just finished it yesterday, and I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the romance for me was where this fell short. I thought it was way too rushed and underdeveloped, but I still had a fun time overall. Thank you, Penguin Teen Canada, for sending me this advanced reader's copy, and it is on sale April 24th, 2026, and I would recommend it. So if you're interested, definitely keep this in mind for when it releases. And then I did start another book. I started one on my Kindle. It's just a novella. It's called Blue Lines and Lullabies, and it's by, I think her name's Jennifer or something. I could be wrong, but I'll put a picture up on the screen. And I started this. I made it to 43% last night, and I'm really enjoying this. This is single dad, nanny, one night stand, hockey. He is a hockey player, and she is the sister of one of his teammates, but they don't know that. They have a one-night stand. And then he ends up finding out that he is a father because someone that he slept with just passed away in the hospital, leaving behind a baby girl. And so he finds out he's a dad, and then he takes the kid home, and he needs someone to watch his daughter while he's away and doing games and stuff. So one of his teammates is like, my sister has a degree in early childhood education or something along those lines. He's like, she should be your nanny. And she also doesn't have a place to stay, so live-in nanny? And he says, yeah, sure, that sounds great. Just, let me meet her. And she shows up, and it's the one that he had a one-night stand with. And they have set, lines, we cannot cross these lines. We cannot, be together because because she's the nanny and he is her boss. And I'm really enjoying this so far. I love both of the characters so much. And I just love how good of a father the MMC is, even though he just picked the baby up from the hospital. And I'm really enjoying this, having a fun time. And again, it's just a novella. So I will probably finish it today, and I will update you guys when I have finished. I finished Blue Lines and Lullabies, and I actually really enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I loved the characters, the writing, the family aspect. It was just such an enjoyable read, and I would highly recommend. And I will let you guys know when I start another book. I have started and made quite a lot of progress into Madame by Sarah Kay. This is book 6 in the Salacious Players Club series. This is the final book. I will be finishing a series when I complete this, which I'm very excited about. This one is a single mom polyamorous relationship. There is 2 women and 1 guy, and they're not together like yet, all of them, but they will be. And I am very intrigued because I've never read a book with that has more than 2 people where there's 2 women. If that makes any sense. Like, I've read sapphic books like where it's 2 women and that's the story, but I've never read 2 women and a guy, or like 3 women and a guy. I've never read that. I've only ever read like 1 woman and a bunch of men. But I'm very intrigued. I'm loving this. I love Sarah Kay's writing, and I love this series. This is definitely feeling like a 5-star. I am obsessed with it. It is spicy. It is like, it has BDSM, Dom Sub. I'm really enjoying this, and I am just having a fun time with this. I am so excited to continue reading, but I'm also like, I don't want this series to end because I love this series. But let's go continue reading. I finished Madame last night. I gave this 5 stars. I loved it. I'm so sad that the series is over, but this was phenomenal. This is one of my favorite series of all time, especially for romance. I am obsessed with these characters and the writing, and I just had the best time, and I loved this book so much. I really enjoyed Eden and Jade's characters. I liked Clay, but he wasn't my favorite, but I really had a fun time. It was spicy, kinky. I cannot recommend this book in this series enough. And I have started The Naked Truth by Anna Kirkshaw. This I have as an ARC. It's already come out, but I have the ARC version on my Kindle. So I'm 11% into that, and I am absolutely hating this book. I don't want to be too negative, but I am not enjoying this at all. I don't like the characters or the writing. The characters have no chemistry, and I'm just not having a good time. It's giving me, honestly, 2 stars or lower feeling, and I don't really want to continue, but it is an ARC, so I'm gonna push through and continue on. But so far, not good. Hopefully it gets better. I have read more of The Naked Truth. I'm now 51% in, and I am still not liking this book, but it's not as bad as it was in the beginning. So instead of like a 1 star, like I was thinking, maybe it's like a 1.5. And if it gets even better, maybe a 2. But overall, not enjoying this. And I feel like these 2 are enemies for no reason, especially because he doesn't want to be. He is actually trying to be nice to her, but she just treats him like garbage. And I am not enjoying this. I said that already, but I'm going to push through, continue reading, and I will update you guys when I have finished. I'm just about to wind down for the night, take off my makeup, have a bath, and, get into pajamas, all that kind of stuff. And I just wanted to let you know that I just finished The Naked Truth, and I give this 1 star. I feel like I've said my thoughts already. I don't know if I said, but I felt the enemies to lovers aspect was too emphasized, too extreme, and I didn't really think there was a reason for it. I think she was just blaming stuff on him, like her life. She blamed him for ruining her life when he didn't do that. He didn't do anything. But that's just my opinion. It did not work for me. Maybe it'll work for you. It does have good reviews. But for me, 1 star. And that is going to be it for this video. If you made it this far, please leave a, what emoji? What emoji should we do? How about the apple emoji, either the red or the green? And before you guys go, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.